Am I the asshole for reducing my involvement with my friend's daughter? I 33F have a friend Max 34 meters who is a single dad to Ava 6F. Ava's mum is not in the picture and gave full custody and rights to Max before she was even born. I agreed to help out Max with Ava and am very involved in her life. I will admit, I used to like Max, which is mainly why I agreed. But it was just a crush. And I got over it pretty soon after, but still help out with Ava. I get on very well with Ava and she calls me her aunt. Since then, I got a more demanding job and have a fiancé who I moved in with. His place is far from Max's and I find it harder to make time to meet Ava, but still try my best to see her. Now I am pregnant and my pregnancy is high risk. My fiancé and I agreed that I would take off time until the baby is born and would think about going back later. I currently work freelance and pick and choose what projects to take on. I told Max for the time being I would like to reduce the amount of times I see Ava as I can't keep up with her in my condition. Max tried to negotiate dropping off Ava at mine, but me and my fiancé firmly said no. He works long hours and I can't be there for her one-to-one. Max and I still share the same friend group, so I will see Ava sometimes socially. So it's not like I have cut her out my life. Max is calling me tough for not helping look after Ava and that I am essentially abandoning her, and I have put him in the situation of explaining this to her. I feel bad for not being able to be around Ava as much, but currently have very little energy and have stuck to my decision. Not the asshole. You're not abandoning her. You're prioritizing the health of your own unborn child. And yourself, as you should be doing. Explaining such a thing to a 6-year-old is probably very difficult. So I can understand having some problems there. But it sounds a little like Max is angry not to have free childcare anymore. She isn't your child. Sounds like he was using you as a babysitter substitute parent. He then tried to guilt you into going back on your statement. Not the asshole. Why WBTA if you don't talk to Ava about this yourself? She doesn't know that you only started paying attention to her because you had a crush on her dad. And will just see it as a parental figure abandoning her. This will be traumatic for her if not handled correctly. I'm confused if you care for Ava or not. The way you write makes it seem like it's mostly been a chore having a relationship with her, when she obviously loves you like an aunt. If you can't give her as much attention, then you should definitely tell her that yourself in a kind way. Let her know you still care for her and send her cards or something. And can't you FaceTime her too? Max has to accept that your time will be limited when you have a new baby in your home and that family dynamics shift. But I would be upset if my daughter lost someone important in her life too. Not the asshole. But I'd be sure to take some time to explain to Ava that you're having a baby and that means you won't be spending as much time in person together, and offer to FaceTime or do something else to stay connected. It's important that you prioritize your family. But Ava should also be supported through this change, and cutting her out of your life completely would be a big scary change for her with no context. Matt is definitely the asshole though for trying to get free childcare from you because you had a crush on him. You made a promise because of your attraction to her parent. That is not something you should have done lightly. A child having adults disappear out of their life or greatly reducing contact leaves a kid with abandonment issues. You are allowed to focus on your family. But that 6-year-old will be hurt by your actions. Can you FaceTime her so she does not feel completely abandoned and replaced by your child? Boy, she is going to hurt a lot over that. Not the asshole. If you're doing someone a favor, you're not an R for no longer being able or willing to do the favor. He has been inconvenienced, not wronged. And the inconvenience is his own, not yours. Not the asshole. Max is taking advantage of you. If he is so interested in your relationship with Ava, he can visit with her and do his own parenting. First, Max for expecting OP to continue to help. But I suspect he's more upset with OP abandoning Ava emotionally and leaving him to clean up after. He still sucks for helping create this situation. You created this situation. You made yourself a fixture in this child's life. You are the one emotionally abandoning them. They are 6. Will they get over or past it? Maybe will they have trouble forming trust in new people due to feelings of abandonment? Probably. You're the asshole for getting involved with this girl's life because you had a little crush on her dad. You're NTA for focusing on your baby. But you are abandoning the relationship you had with her. You're the asshole based off your post. You can't just abandon Ava. You made the choice of being heavily involved. At least attempt video calls. It seems more like you're right-sizing your time spent with Max and Ava to be a more appropriate fit with your actual relationship with them. Relationships change over time. It should be no surprise to Max that you're living your own life and that involves a significant other and children of your own. Did Max think you'd always hang around as a sort of surrogate mom for Ava? Not the asshole. Did everyone miss out where she basically agreed to help out and be involved in Ava's life because she had a crush on Max and is now dipping out because now she has a fiancé and is pregnant? She is absolutely allowed to change her mind. But that also doesn't mean it doesn't absolutely suck for this little girl to be abandoned not only by her mom but now by OP. If you ever really cared for Ava, let Ava know you still care. And that work and new baby are adult things that are taking time away but doesn't mean you care any less. You suck because you started this bonding with Ava as a way to try and get involved romantically with Max, which now has led you in this situation. Max sucks because he treating you like a built-in babysitter, which I am assuming he used to you always being there whenever he needed you. You need to sit down and let Max know that you still want to be in Ava's life but with your high-risk pregnancy and then the arrival of the baby you are going to have to scale back on the amount of time you see her. Then talk with Ava. Max needs to be a grown-up and raise his kid himself. And you need to be one too. You're about to have a baby. You need to be able to manage your relationship with a 6-year-old. Call Ava yourself. Explain you can't visit as much because you're pregnant and don't feel good. Set up expectations of when you will visit. Even if it's once a month instead of twice a week. Or whatever. I mean, yeah, you're the asshole to Ava for even trying to be something in her life in the first place. You did it because you were interested in her dad. And when he didn't want to date you or it didn't work out, whichever reason it was, would then make you an asshole to any other guy you dated in the future. Because what guy wants a girl who is helping raise another kid with another guy and that kid isn't even hers? I had a crush and decided that the way to Max's heart was through his daughter. It didn't work, so I moved on and am now ditching a child who loves me because she was only an ends to a means for me. I don't care how it hurts her. I'm just going to go LC without explaining it to her. You're the asshole.